Hey, welcome to our class of Tuesday Night Beer School with me, Chad, of Chad's Beer Reviews, and my student, Christina.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
All right, so we should have done this before the last one because we did the strawberry blonde, the fruit beer style. And when you do a specialty beer, it's based on what the base style is plus the extra ingredients. So we should have done blonde ale first, then the strawberry blondes, but life happens. But anyway, so we are doing a three-way showdown. Obviously, you know by the title of the beer, or the title of the video, is that we are doing blonde ales. In fact, let me bring up the specs right here. 18A blonde ale. Overall impression, easy drinking, approachable, malt-oriented American craft beer, often with interesting fruit, hop, or character malt notes. Well-balanced and clean, is a refreshing pint without aggressive flavors. All right, so let's check not the mouthfeel. Comments. Oxidized versions can develop caramel or honey notes, which should not be mistaken for similar malt-derived flavors, sometimes known as golden ale or simply a gold. History: an American craft beer style produced as a faster produced alternative to standard American lagers. First believed to produce in 1987 at Catamount. Often positioned as an entry-level house ale. Yep. Characteristic ingredients: generally all malt, but can include wheat malt or sugar adjuncts. Any hop variety can be used: clean American, lightly fruity English, or Kölsch yeast. May also be made with lager yeast or cold condition. Style comparison: typically has more flavor than American lager and cream ale, less bitterness than American pale ale, perhaps similar to some malty or examples of Kölsch. Interesting. All right, so we got our vitals, 15 to 28 IBU, so not, well, enough bitterness to notice, I would say. 3 to 6 SRM is very light. And our gravity and ABV, 3.8 to 5.5 ABV. We actually are using one of the beers on this list, Kona Big Wave Golden Ale. And we have two local, well, one's fairly local. This is from Persimmon Hollow out of DeLand, about half hour from here. Daytona Dirty Blonde Ale, kind of redundant. And then all the way on the other side of the state, St. Pete Beach Blonde Ale from Three Daughters Brewing. We're going to try something different this time. Instead of doing, all three at the same time and just doing aroma, appearance, all that stuff. We're just going to do one beer, do all 5 categories, and then we'll do the next beer and then the beer after that. So I think we'll start with the Kona. All right, so let me pour this in. We'll be right back. All right, we've got the Kona in our cups. Just like these are the same cups you would use at actual beer judging competition. So we always start with aroma first. Let's give it a whiff. I think it's a little lemony, a little citrusy.
Citrusy for sure.
Do you get wheat at all? Or?
Yes, it's very weedy.
It's a pretty simple nose. I mean, I definitely smell like kind of citrusy lemon, maybe slight grapefruit hops on here. Mm-hmm. It's not to the extent of an IPA or anything like that.
Right. It's just present.
I don't really get wheat or bread on here.
No.
Biscuit. It's, by the way, this is 4.4 ABV. Usually if it was weedy, it wouldn't be quite this clear. It'd probably be a lot more cloudy. But yeah, to me it just smells like some just standard base malt. No toast, no caramel.
It's fruity.
You're not getting any sweetness on here. Are you? I'm not.
Sweetness, just the fruit.
Yeah, just the citrusy hops.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see how it should smell. Aroma: light to moderate malty aroma, generally neutral or grainy. Okay, I would say neutral on this beer.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly with light bread or caramel note. Don't get either. Low to moderate fruitiness is optional but acceptable. Now by that they mean like yeast esters, not like citrusy hops. Mm-hmm. May have a low to medium hop aroma, okay, and can reflect almost any hop variety, although citrusy, floral, fruity, and spicy notes are common. Clean fermentation profile, I agree. I don't get green apple or butter or anything like that. No. Yeah, it smells pretty clean fermentation to me.
I'd say it's on point.
All right. So aroma is on a scale of 1 to 12. What do you want to score it?
I'll give this one a 10. I think it's on point.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm going to go a little lower. I'm going to say 9. Because to me, it's just like, there's nothing wrong with it at all, but it's just kind of blah,
Yeah, it's pretty basic.
Yeah. Not that you have to, it doesn't have to be that complex. All right, so for appearance, When I poured it, it kind of looks like a lager in the glass there. I mean, it's definitely, they're calling this a golden ale. It is. I would definitely call that golden. And
Yeah,
we
for
got,
sure.
a decent, and it's still sticking around, off-white. I would call it persistent whitehead. Maybe, it's always hard to tell with these plastic cups if it's like creamy or foamy, but yeah, I'd say it's a good looking beer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see what the specs say. Appearance: light yellow to deep gold in color. I don't know if I go say deep gold, but definitely gold.
Yeah.
Clear to brilliant. Yeah, it's definitely on the clearer side. Low to medium whitehead with fair to good retention. All right. I would give that the full 3 out of 3. What do you think?
3.
Okay.
3 out of 3.
Yep.
It's on point.
Yep. All right, so now comes the best part. Cheers.
Cheers.
Clunk. Almost kind of tastes like a LaCroix or something.
It does. It's very light.
Yeah, it's
It doesn't have a strong beer flavor.
yeah, those citrusy hops do come through, so I do get like it's a little lemon, little grapefruit, but not very bitter. In fact, I think like there's almost like not so much bitterness from like the hops, but like almost like a carbonic bite on here. Like it's really highly carbonated. Other than that, like I mean, the actual malt base, it's not bready, it's not biscuity, it's not toasty, it's not caramel, just straight, just malt with like no character to it at all. Yeah, it's not a very complex beer. Flavor: initial soft maltiness, but can also have light character malt flavor. See, it says can have, not that it must have or should have.
It's not required.
Yeah, initial soft maltiness. I mean, I guess. All right. Caramel flavor is usually absent. If present, they're typically low. Well, we're not getting either. Low to medium fruity esters optional, but are welcome. All right. No, I'm not getting fruity esters. Light to moderate hop flavor, but shouldn't be overly aggressive. Yeah, there's definitely. I don't know. Yeah, light to moderate, I would say. Definitely not over aggressive. Medium low to medium bitterness. Yeah, I'd probably say I might even go as far as say low bitterness.
It's low bitterness.
But the balance is normally towards the malt, or even between malt and hops. Yeah, finishes medium dry to slightly malty. Yeah, it's more dry. I wouldn't call it malty at all.
No.
An impression of sweetness is often an expression of lower bitterness than actual residual sweetness. Clean fermentation profile. Yeah, it's clean. It's not butter or green apple or anything.
No.
All right, so as far as the score for this, it's on a scale of 1 to 20. What are you thinking?
I mean, it's pretty on point with what they're saying. I'll give it a 17.
17?
Yeah.
That seems high to me.
It's high.
I'm going to say 14. You going to stick with 17?
I'll move it down. I'll do 16. I'll still be
Okay.
good to it, but
Okay.
it's good.
All right, mouthfeel. We already kind of commented this a little bit.
Very light.
I'd probably put it light body, high carbonation.
Yes.
I will say it's clean and refreshing. Yeah, you could definitely suck down some of this at the beach. Let's see what the specs say. Mouthfeel: medium light to medium body. Medium to high carbonation. Definitely high carbonation. Smooth without being heavy. All right, well, since it's saying medium light to start, and we're both said it's light.
Yep.
So it's a little light in body for according to them. So it's on a scale of 1 to 5. What do you think?
Kind of misses the mark there. I'll do 2.
2? That
Yeah.
seems low. I was gonna say 3. I think it's otherwise it's right there.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Overall impression, scale of 1 to 10. I mean, it's definitely for a mainstream example of the style. I mean, it's mostly there. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I will do a 7 on that one.
7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 6 or 7. I might go a little lower than you. I'm gonna say 6. All right, so we are gonna move on to the next beer, and we will add the scores up at the end, and we'll see you for the next beer. All right, so we're moving on to the Persimmon Hollow Daytona Dirty Blonde. This was 4.1, very light beer. out of DeLand, Florida, not too far from here. All right, so let's give it a whiff. I also get a little lemon on this one, but I get like a bready maltiness.
It's more malty.
Yeah, or it's just like, to me, it's like weedy.
Yeah. It's
Wheat.
definitely more prominent than the last beer.
Yeah, wheat, not weed. This is like, to me, this is only lemon, whereas the Kona was like more grapefruit peel.
Mm-hmm.
This is, to me, this is like lemon and wheat. It also strikes me as being a very simple, basic beer just off the aroma.
Yeah. It's different, but like the other one, pretty simple.
I don't get green apple, I don't get butter or anything like that.
Nope.
All right, so we already know what the specs are off the last one, so we can just go straight to the score sheet. I would say this definitely smells, I mean, it's got a little bit more character to it than the other beer. Just let me move up here.
Yep.
All right, so aromas on a scale of 1 to 12. You get the last one a 10. I mean, it lives up to the specs.
So for the aroma, I'll do an 11.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of go with you there. I'll go 10. Appearance. Well, when I was pouring it, you can see this one is actually, we got the Kona right here. It's very, very similar. It's just a little more cloudy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the color's very similar.
They said the spec said clear to brilliant, and I mean, all right, well, a lot of that's condensation on the cup, but yeah, I mean, it's not like a hazy IPA or anything.
No, it's definitely
And
clear.
this got a much bigger foam than the Kona.
Yes.
In fact, it's still sticking around. You can see. I would give it the full 3 out of 3 on appearance.
I'll give it a 3 as well.
Okay. And as for flavor, cheers.
Cheers.
This has like a real nice wheat flavor to it.
Yeah, I'd say the wheat is very prominent in this one versus the Kona.
Has a little bit, yeah, like of that. It's almost like a tartness from the wheat.
Mm-hmm. A little more complex.
Oddly enough, the hops on this one are much lower. Like, I mean, there's a lemon character here.
Yeah.
But it's more in the background.
Mm-hmm.
It is not like that lemon hop flavor. Like I should say, this actually strikes me as being a little bit more bitter.
Yes. Especially at the end.
Yeah. It does have a lingering. I mean, it's a fairly clean aftertaste, but and you know what's nice is actually getting lacing on the glass here. Yeah. I mean, usually you have a lot of wheat, you're gonna get a lot of lacing like that. All right, so we already know what the specs say.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as score on this one, what do you think?
I will do a 17 on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I might meet you there. I think it's definitely a few points better than the other one. I'm gonna go 16.
Yeah.
All right, so mouthfeel. It definitely has a little bit more mouthfeel than the Kona.
I'd say it's a medium.
I'd probably put it like medium light. I think it's medium light.
Yeah.
It's not like usually like an IPA or something like more standard strong. I mean, it is only 4.1%. You're not going to get a ton of body out of that. It's a little less carbonated, so I think it's much smoother.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as like
That's true.
effervescent and prickly. You
It's
know?
less soda-like.
Yeah. The other beers, like I said, is almost kind of like a LaCroix or something. This, to me, the Dirty Blonde drinks like a real beer, whereas like the Kona is, almost like a, White Claw or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a White Claw, exactly.
Yeah.
Beach drink.
So mouthfeel on this one, to me, it's pretty much perfect for the style.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I would say it's a 3.
Well, it's on a scale of 1 to 5.
Oh. I'll do a 4.
4? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm thinking 4 too. Doesn't strike me as being a perfect mouthfeel.
No.
An overall impression, I'm definitely more impressed with this one than the last one.
Yes.
I don't think it's quite a 10, but
Yeah. It's
Boy.
definitely more complex than the last one. I'll give this one an 8.
I'm gonna meet you there.
All right.
I'm gonna say 8 too, at least, for the style.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna crack open the Three Daughters, and we'll be right back with that one. All right, so we have our where'd it go? The Three Daughters Beach Blonde Ale in our cups here. Let's start with aroma. Well, I think the first thing that strikes me is that how little aromatic or low, light in nose that this is. Like, there isn't much to smell here.
There's not a lot to it. I'm not getting citrus like the other two.
I think I get like a little bit of lemon, but it is like really faint.
It's barely there.
And I think the lemon that I'm getting is like from oxidation.
Okay.
Like that honey lemon cough drop.
Yeah.
But again, like, I don't know how old this can is. Come on, Three Daughters. You use some kind of easy to read code, but yeah, I'm getting, it's almost a little cardboard, a little Miss Sherry or something like that. I think I get a little butter or butterscotch on here. I'm not getting wheat. At least like the Dirty Blonde had like that wheaty, almost bready smell to it.
It's not that prominent in this one.
To me, this doesn't really smell like anything. It doesn't even.
It's hard to pinpoint what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think?
I'll give this one a 7 for aroma.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually go even lower than you. I think I'm gonna give this a 6. All right. So for appearance, this one is definitely, of the three, is the cloudiest. Like, you can see compared to the Kona, which is pretty clear. Even the Dirty Blonde. This one's a little bit hazier.
Yeah. It's definitely more hazy.
Yeah. I will say the head's sticking around though.
Yep.
Which is, I think I would do 2 on that one.
Yeah, I'll do 2 as well. It's got the color, just a little bit cloudy.
Yeah. All right. So for, whoops. All right. Here comes the flavor. Cheers again.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, that is. I'm sorry, that is really old.
Yeah, what am I tasting here?
Yeah, you taste like that lemon. To me, it tastes like lemon cough drops.
Yeah, and
yeah, there's like a sharp tang to it.
I was gonna say bitter, but that's tang.
Yeah, I think it's just an old can, which is ironic because these beers started showing up on the shelves of all the Total Wines everywhere. So I figured it was like this year's batch or whatever. For the sake of the beer, I think this is just an old can, but I can't tell from this wacky bottling code. If anybody can make heads or tails of that, let me know. I mean, I see a 16 on there, so this isn't from 2016, but I don't know.
That would explain it.
All right, so as far as score for this one, scale of 1 to 20.
I will do, oh boy, I'll do a 10 on this one.
Yeah, I was thinking 10, maybe even 9.
Yeah, I'm not sure how low I should go.
I mean, if there's any style that this beer is too, like if I was drinking, I would probably definitely put it as like a blonde, American blonde,
Yeah.
Mouthfeel. Which is ironic because this one's 5% ABV, so you would think it would have a little bit more body. I mean, I guess it has. I'd probably put it like medium light. I don't think I would say straight up medium, although the carbonation is a little low.
Yes.
For the style, and also considering it has like a little bit bigger body.
Yeah, I'd say it's medium light.
Yeah. But I would still score it low on mouthfeel. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll do a 3. A little
3?
bit higher than the Kona for the mouthfeel, but
I think I'd give it 2. Overall impression, I'm not impressed. I mean, I can see that it's a blonde ale, but it's either a really old can or just poorly produced.
Right.
I'm thinking
I'll give it a 3.
3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really. I mean, I wasn't gonna go that low.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 5. Because I think it like at least lives up to the style, but yeah. All right. So give me a minute to do the math, and we'll come back with our final scores. All right. So we just crunched the numbers, and survey says we definitely like the Persimmon Hollow Dirty Blonde the best. Kona came in second. Chris gave it 38. I went 35. Dirty Blonde, we went 43, 41. I mean, anything over 40 is really, really good. And we got the same score for the Beach Blonde. We both gave it a 25. That's, pretty lousy. Under BJCP, it's considered good. Misses the mark on style and/or minor flaws. And then the Kona, I would say, is definitely, it's average. It's standard for the style.
Yep.
I will say that the I was fairly impressed by the Dirty Blonde, especially considering that it's only 4.1 ABV, but it has the most flavor out of all three of these beers.
Yes.
Yeah, I think like the Kona is probably the most approachable. Like, this is something you can give to your Aunt Ruth or whatever, who doesn't drink beer.
Exactly.
I just like this one because it has like that actual like legit wheat flavor to it.
Yeah, it's a little more interesting.
Yeah, and the Three Daughters, I just think this is an old can, or they have issues at the brewery or something. But I was hoping this would be pretty good because it's a fairly local beer, but and it's pretty popular. Like, you can get this at Wawa and 7-Eleven or someplace like that. So, all right. So, I hope this was a good learning lesson out there for everybody. Like, this is basically kind of how a homebrew competition works, except you wouldn't know what you're drinking. We should have done this blind, but whatever. All right. So, thanks again to Chris for being the student on the show again. And if you guys have recommendations or requests for what you want to see me review next for the class or just in general, let me know. And if you watch all the way in, you're awesome. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. All right.
Bye.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.